In this video, we're going to be working with Raptor, made by Upol.
Hi, I'm Dale, and this is Dale of All Trades. Come join me in my passions, my repairs, my reviews, and anything in between. Every video is something new, so hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out.
Hey everybody, welcome back. In this video, as stated in the intro, we are going to be working with Raptor bed liner made by Upol. Now this is offered in two different versions. One version, this version, being non-tintable, just black finish, and the other version being a tintable finish, so that you can match the color of the vehicle you are applying it to. Now in this video, we are not going to be using it for bed liner purposes. We are actually going to be using it as a rock guard and kind of hiding some rust like this that you see here. Now if you're looking for more details about this specific product, I will have a link in the description section of this video along with a few characteristics of this particular product. Now before we get too far, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm helping you, and hitting that subscribe button definitely helps me. This process can be applied to pretty much any vehicle with moderate to light surface rust. Now before we get too far in this video, I am going to point out that obviously this is not the proper way to fix rust permanently. This is a temporary fix. Limp you along, keep things looking nice as long as you can. Okay, now to use this product, you have to do a lot of prep work. You want as clean as possible of a vehicle, and then we have to do some sanding, and I'm gonna have to do some light fiberglass work and Bondo. Now, the very first step we're gonna do is wash this thing off to get it clean, and then start prep by sanding, etc. Okay, once you've got it washed, you can start masking it off where you want the Raptor to be at its highest point. And once again, I've started a project half-cocked and I don't have masking tape, so I'm using electrical. For this stage, you would probably want to use masking. Although I will say the electrical tape is really nice to work with because I'm able to stretch it a little bit and make those fine curves. So I guess it's kind of working in my favor. You also want this applied so that you don't sand too far when you're scuffing up the paint for the new paint to stick to. Alright, when you're done masking, it's going to look something like this. It's not going to be perfect. This isn't a perfect process. Just do the best you can, matching up the body lines, and you know, if it doesn't look right, peel the tape back off. This is probably one of the more crucial steps as far as aesthetics when we're done with the entire process. Okay, it's time to get the sander out. Now I'm going to be using a pretty rough grit, probably 120 to 150 grit, something pretty coarse. Now it is important to note you don't want to go down to bare metal all over. You just want to scuff it up. It's going to look kind of like foggy, like the paint starting to wear. That's the look you're going for, not down to bare metal. Obviously where my rust is all the way through, I'm going to be going down to bare metal. I'm going to be using wire wheels, etc. to get down to that. So basically what I'm doing here with the wire brush is trying to get a lot of the loose paint and rust and scaliness off of this fender so that I can move on to a high grit sandpaper and try to get this as shiny as possible, and then apply a thin coat of fiberglass. So this area right here is kind of the look you're going for as far as scuffing up the entire vehicle. Obviously spots like this, you want to get as much rust out of there as you can. You're not going to get all of it, but do as good as you can.
And the only reason you're doing this is so that the product adheres as best as it possibly can. I'm going to finish this up on the vehicle and then move to the next step.
Okay, at this point of the project, your vehicle should look like complete and utter garbage, which is actually what you want right now. So that white looking stuff is actually your clear coat you're cutting through. So once you have all the spots scuffed up that you want, you're going to want to clean all the areas off very well with acetone or some sort of a paint thinner. And then we move on to fiberglass. Hey everyone, this is Dale from the future here. Quick note, in between applying the fiberglass and the Bondo, in between that you want to sand the fiberglass down to a smooth finish, then apply the Bondo, which is what you see me doing here, then also sand that down to a smoother finish to your liking. Again, this whole process doesn't have to be perfect. This bed liner hides a lot of imperfections, so just get it, mediocrely okay. I can hear legit body people crying right now, and I'm sorry about that, but this is a backyard hack, so to speak. Anyway, once you get it to a decent finish, let it harden really, really good, and then wipe it down one more time with some acetone to clean any imperfections. I also went ahead and did my door seams a little bit, and I will be spraying in there as well. I'm running out of daylight today, so I'm going to let it sit overnight like this. It's day 2. The next step is to mask everything off that you don't want any overspray getting on. I have this plastic. You can use paper, whatever. I have some spare grocery bags too that I will be using in certain spots, the paper kind. So let's get this masked up. Alright, I had to run and get some more tape and some go-go juice. Let's get this thing masked off. I am so beyond ready to paint it and get it done. Ooh, it's hot. It's so warm. I'm sweating in places no man or woman could ever have to sweat. That was about an hour and a half's worth of work sped up for you. I just gotta finish masking off the running board on the other side, and then it's time to spray. Okay, once you've done all the prep work, you're gonna wanna grab your hardener, take the cap off of the bed liner, and you're going to take the hardener and fill it up to this line. This line right here. Once you do that, shake vigorously. It doesn't say how long in the instructions. I'm gonna just do it for a couple minutes. Shake real good, make sure it's mixed up real good. It gets tacky in about 45 minutes. And then it hardens in about 2 hours. So you do wanna work fairly fast. Also, you're gonna wanna clean your gun as soon as possible. So have a container ready to tear your gun apart and let it soak in that for a while. And then once it's been soaking for a while, run some thinner through the gun as well so that you know it's 100% clean. As far as regulator settings, you don't wanna really go over 50 PSI for this gun. And as far as spray pattern, you really don't wanna go higher than that anyway. Okay, if you're satisfied with the finish, then get all of your masking off right away, because once this hardens, it's really hard to get off and you're going to end up with tape stuck to the paint. So that's what I'm going to do now. Take your time, be careful, because if it is a little wet in spots and some of this touches it, it's not going to look pretty. So take your time, but go fast. Well, it wouldn't be one of my projects if something didn't turn out not quite right, which is irritating. When I was running the masking plastic for overspray purposes, I pressed ever so lightly in between tape too yet with a razor blade to trim that line out, and it transferred through the tape. Too late now. And I was scared of that even when I was doing it, but I thought, no, I'm pressing so light. I'm really beating myself up for it. Just learn from my mistakes. I did come up with a way to hide it, and I'm not sure how it's going to look, but it's a decent way of hiding it. I think I'm going to pinstripe my hard line here on the bed liner with the same pinstripe here. Okay, again, I'm in different clothes. It is day 3 of the Raptor project. Everything's 100% done now. The only thing I did off camera after I told you about my little mess up here, learn from my mistakes, is I went ahead and just did the pinstripe off camera. That's not really part of this video, but I wanted it to be shown as the final aesthetics, hiding my little accident. Now, most channels probably would have just hid that and went, oh hey, I added a pinstripe. Not me. I want you guys to learn from my mistakes just like I learned from my mistakes. Thank you so much for sticking around for this dumpster fire of a video. Some things don't go as planned, but here we are. Here's the final product. I'm going to show you some before and after pictures and some beauty shots here as I talk during my outro. The key with anything like this is take your time, don't rush it, and more than likely you're going to be happy with the outcome. You're never going to be 100% happy, but it beats paying a body shop thousands of dollars to do something that you can do on your own, and in my opinion sometimes turns out better, let alone the pride that you're going to have for doing it yourself. Now, when it all said and done, everything that was done in this video probably only cost me $200 to $300 to do this from start to finish. That is not bad. That being said, I really don't have a whole lot more to say about this project. Go ahead and drop any comments below of any questions or anything else you would like to know about this product, and I will try to touch on it in the 6-month revisit of this product. That being said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.